Hi everybody, it's John and Jackie of OpenLove101.com, and today we're talking to Kara. She's the general manager of Colette in Houston, Texas. Hi Kara.
Hello.
How's it going today?
It's pretty good.
Thanks for being here. We want to share with our viewers your experiences the past 6 months as the general manager of Colette in Houston. Maybe you'll have some stories you want to tell us about some great experiences you've had there and the experiences the couples have had. So how's it gone so far? Have you worked at other clubs before?
I've worked at other bars, sports bars, and clubs.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And is there a noticeable difference in the two types of clubs?
Huge difference. The respect level at a swingers club is out of this world.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
And in what way?
There is no inappropriate touching. I know when you normally go to a bar, somebody grabs your butt, winks at you from across the bar, noticeably when you're with somebody. There's just no respect for the other person. Yeah,
we've had that happen in non-swingers clubs.
It's an interesting point that you make, because I have found that too. You know, when we've gone to just a regular nightclub, that does seem to be the environment, is where there's kind of this undertone of sexuality where people are wanting to kind of make innuendos towards each other. But when you're in a swingers club, you know, the whole sex is on the table, is kind of out in the open, and so there's really not this need for that kind of overture that you find in just the regular nightclubs.
Plus, it seems like in regular nightclubs, the people that are there, like the guys especially, are looking for something, and they're really kind of aggressive.
Yes. You know what you get when you're going to a swingers club. When you go to a bar, you never know.
Exactly.
And I think, you know, in a swingers club, what I've seen is the women are more in control. So they're couples, right? And
yes.
So when they're couples and the woman is the one leading the charge, it's a little more subdued, maybe.
That's always my favorite.
Yes.
Women are in charge.
They're in charge of Colette for sure.
Yes.
So what happens when a couple first comes in and they've never been to a swingers club before?
When they first come in, we give them a tour. We kind of tell them the rules, the lay down, everything of the place. Most importantly, the restrooms, because that's the first question. Where's your restroom? It's right through these doors. But we give them a tour. We kind of explain everything. We show them where everything's at. We let them know that we do have, condoms on hand if you need them. We at this club provide feminine wipes, to make sure we keep ourselves clean.
Right.
The tours are the biggest part.
Yeah.
Because it gives you the rundown of the club.
Do they have a lot of questions when they're on the tour?
Yes.
As far as, what are some of the most frequent questions that you get from what we call the newbies?
I would say, where do I sit?
Really?
Where can I sit?
Mm-hmm.
We don't have any reserved seating or anything like that, so they're able to sit wherever they like. We try and pair them with another couple. Say, hey, this couple's new. Why don't you guys sit together? Maybe you can converse and learn something.
But they don't have to. They can sit wherever they want.
They can sit wherever they want. Yep.
What about when we give them a tour of the back areas, which are the play areas, and we've got different sections, and does it make them nervous? Do you have that kind of like where they're huddled close together, like they're nervous? Or
it depends on what time they come in. If they come in early, then no. But if they come in late, like at midnight, and there's a lot of action going on back there, they sometimes ask, do I have to participate?
Right.
The only place you have to participate is in the voyeur room. And that's participation only room. So there's a lot of other options.
Like in the club itself, right? They can just stay in the club all night long.
Right. They don't have to do anything. They can stay in the club part. They can go in the back. They can leave at midnight like a lot of people do.
Yeah.
It's just whatever you're comfortable with.
Okay. That sounds good.
I noticed when Kara and I were talking earlier, I remembered one time that we were at the club, and there was like 5 couples that were absolutely brand new to a swingers club. Mm-hmm. And they all kind of hooked up and made their own kind of newbie meetup at the club. So that was really great. So, I think too, a lot of times when you've got people that are brand new to the club, they can really be nervous about maybe expectations of things that they're expecting or what they think they're expected to do. And so it was really kind of gratifying to see all of these couples kind of come together, and they started sharing their own stories, and everybody started getting more relaxed and laughing and having a great time. And so that's what I enjoy seeing about the Swingers Club. And I think that's, again, what we can offer to couples that want to, maybe do something different in their marriage, maybe explore a new avenue that they can do together, and they can come away feeling encouraged about it, plus meeting a lot of new people and making hopefully some lifelong friends.
That's very true. I mean, you don't have to do anything.
Exactly.
You can go have a good time, have a good conversation. You can have such an amazing conversation, and it may not even pertain to sex.
And a lot of times, probably it doesn't.
That's right.
Do you find there are a lot of new couples that have never been to a swingers club, or even have done anything as far in the swinger lifestyle before that have come to the club?
Yes. They come in with a different mindset than people who have been there before. They think, oh gosh, everybody wants me. Everybody's trying to jump on me, and that's not true.
Right.
If they are interested, they will walk up and say, hi, my name's so-and-so. We're interested in getting to know you better. And if you say no, that's okay.
And
right.
they just go.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. Is there any experience that stands out in your mind of a couple that maybe came in for the first time, has never done anything before, and they spent the time at the club and they left and they were so excited when they told you?
I actually went out one night to a local bar and met this couple that was sitting next to me, and I guess I've just gotten to the point where blah comes out. And they're like, well, what do you do? Oh, I work at a swingers club. I'm like, really? I said, yeah, and I gave them like a $20 off pass.
Yeah.
Told them to come in one night. They came in and had a blast. They have been back 2 or 3 weekends in a row now.
Oh, that's amazing. And were they even considering it beforehand?
They considered it, but they were really shy. They were kind of the closet people, so they'll do it at home, but they would never do it in public where anybody else would see them.
Right.
So they were pleasantly surprised at how natural it was. It wasn't forced, it just flowed.
Oh, that's really cool.
It is. Have there been any situations, because I know some people that are considering coming into a swingers club, there may be some fears there about, what if I get there and I get into a situation that makes me uncomfortable, or somebody's doing something because maybe they've heard some kind of a story somewhere. How do you, with the staff, handle situations where maybe a couple is saying, this is happening and it doesn't make us comfortable? And I mean, what do you encourage them to do? Should they come and talk to you, or how do they handle that?
We kind of play telephone. So it's one staff member goes to the next and say, hey, this is going on. Make sure they're following rules, first of all. If they're not following rules, there's a 0 tolerance. So we ask them to leave. They may not be kicked out permanently if it's not something too bad.
Right.
But we may say, hey, this is not okay. You need to leave for the night. You can maybe come back another night.
Right.
But there's a 0 tolerance against any unwanted touching or gazing, because that happens too.
Right.
Just where they're kind of like leering.
Yeah.
And that can make new couples feel uncomfortably for sure. So.
Yes. So we make sure to watch out for that.
Yeah. And we want to make sure that our new couples and our seasoned couples as well, we never want them to feel uncomfortable coming to staff. And actually, we would prefer, if something is happening, take care of it right then. Because it's going to be really hard for us to monitor that if you come a week later and tell us, and that person's not there. And, so it's right when it's happening. I know it may feel like it's cutting into your evening, but it's in the long run, it's going to make you feel more comfortable. It's going to help us with our staff, and to make sure that we've got the clientele in the club that's going to be a benefit for everyone.
That's a great point.
Yes, right. And our clientele is amazing. We have some great couples that come in.
Yes.
We really do.
Yeah. And that's another thing, with the Swingers Club. Are you finding that since you're managing one now and you're there, week in and week out, the diversity of the club? What is your comments about that? What are you seeing? Are you seeing lots of different age race? And
nobody believes me when I tell them. We have everybody from 21 to 65. We have blacks, Hispanics, whites. I think we've even had an Indian girl in there.
Right.
And they're like, there's no way that you could have that diverse of a crowd. And they come in and we do. We really do.
Yeah, that's what I find as well. I mean, that's another thing I think that's really a positive aspect of the swinging lifestyle. Because we're about inclusion and because we're about being open and honest and exploring ourselves, that we're really accommodating to everybody wanting to experience that same kind of feeling, you know. So it's
true.
You
That's
know.
a great point too, Jackie. So everyone, if next time you're in Houston, if you get a chance, please come out to Colette, Houston, and say hi to Kara, and maybe Jackie and I'll be there as well. We look forward to seeing you there, or our other clubs also in Dallas and New Orleans. If you haven't signed up for our openlove101.com email list, please do so, and we'll send you updates on our videos and blogs. In the meantime, have a great night, and see ya.
Did you get anything out of that video?
I don't know about you, but I did. Click on the link below to subscribe.